So anyway, where I was going with that about rocker toes. A rocker toe is where you've measured the foot, you've measured from the base of the frog to the apex of the frog, you divide it in half, and that half gives you the length from the apex of your frog forward that your toe is supposed to be. Of course, you didn't know that the distance between the apex of the frog and the base of the frog was getting shorter, and the foot was bending up into the foot. Just a second. Shouldn't have never answered that. Okay. So where was I? Okay, rocker toes. That'd be where your toe looks long and it seems longer, the sole seems stretched out and everything. So you literally draw a line across the toe, regardless of how far back it is on the sole, and then you back that toe up right through the sole to that line. That was a rocker toe. And so I was doing that for a while. And so, you know, what we found out later was that not only can you trim the heels out and the back of the foot is getting bound in, like what you see here. Do I still have that on there? Yeah. Oh, wait. Do that. Like what you see here. You see, because you see how long the foot is here and the shape of the cartilage, but then over here on the right.
On new share, Linda, we don't see anything moving.
Oh, okay. New share. Okay. Do you see it now?
I see a picture, but I don't see that you're indicating anything.
Oh, yeah, not yet. Just a minute. I got to get on it. Sometimes what happens is I'm looking at the YouTube station and the picture is on YouTube. And so I'm moving my cursor around on it, thinking I'm on the picture, the regular picture, if that makes sense. Okay, so got to go find the regular picture. Okay, now do you see me moving around there?
Yep.
Okay.
But Linda, you're on Eddie's feet still, is that correct?
Yeah, I meant to be.
Sorry.
I was just using them as an example. But now I can't remember what I was even talking about. So, oh well, let's move on to something else. No, I was talking about a rocker toe.
Rocker toe and how they look long.
Yeah. Okay, so okay, so with the now, not necessarily in this foot, though, you can see they would tell you to back this toe up because they would say that this is a flare. All right. And stuff. But what happens is when this anatomy gets shorter here, okay, it can make the toe look long. And so you think you got to back up the toe. Well, what happens then, you start backing up the toe like that. Okay, so this foot can bend literally in half. So we know we can take this part and it's moving forward and it's bending the foot up back here. It's pushing on that frog and that frog's going up like that usually. Sometimes it'll bulge out that way, but most of the time that frog that should be flat here is going up like that. And so then when you start backing up that toe, well, this dorsal wall can start pushing back this way so that your foot is literally bending from the front and from the back in half. And the hoof capsule that's growing from it is growing to fit that newly bent foot. That's where you start getting like almost a can foot, things like that. And plus, too, I have to remember that not only does that happen when you're purposely backing up a toe, but look, the foot has done it to itself here. As this was pushed up, this dorsal wall pulled back, internal dorsal wall pulled back like that. Okay, so I just want to show you a picture of that foot. Let's see. I hope people know that when they post a picture of a foot on these groups that I can use those feet on these. I won't show whose horse it is or anything like that. I won't show the name of the person, without their permission, but I will show pictures of these feet. So as demonstration, I mean, that's what you get in order for getting help. That's not having to give too much right there. Let people look at the horse's foot. So let me go over here and get back on Facebook. Let's see here. And I'll show you the picture of that foot. And of course, there's a bunch of new people on that group. And so they're piping up, yeah, that toe's too long. Bring back the toe. That's as bad as take down the heels, So I know I got too many groups and probably don't do any of them justice, but okay, come on, Facebook, what are you waiting for? Okay, so I'm just going to take a picture of this foot without the name of the person, because it's not like anybody's going to recognize your horse's foot, people. All right, so okay, there you go. Okay, so what she asked on the post was, would love some advice on what I'm doing wrong. Crack appeared after trimming the heels. Well, say trim the heels back to the base of the frog like they're taught to do. And of course that put everything on a slant forward. Now I need to also show, I did do, well, here, I'm going to get this and I'm going to show you this here just a second. Let me get rid of that because I did a markup for her. Okay. But again, this is an example. Uh-oh. Just a second. Screen share. Let me hold on. I'm going to put you over here just for a second while I get my picture. Hold on. Everything's working slow. Okay, new share. Okay, so you see how it makes the toe look long? Okay, now everything I've been talking about here, well, I better use annotate. I don't want to draw in the picture. Okay, so this horn tubule here, see how it's clear up to the toe now? I have no idea who that is. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so here's what's happening. You know how we were talking before, how when you cut the heels out of these horses, it takes all these horn tubules that are like this, and now they're like, well, like what you see over there. Then they're like that. See, if I cut this down here, and then this horse's foot goes down, then this horn tubule goes forward like that. Okay. And then they're forced to grow that way. And so these are going to grow and they're going to start pushing on the toe. But the other thing is, okay, so this cartilage here, which is rounded, should be should be like here. And so what happens is this horse wants to, the back of this foot is pulling up this way. And so that's why this crack is happening here, because the whole back of the foot is wanting to pull up like that. while the front of the foot is being forced forward. But so as the heels are trimmed out here, and as the foot gets shorter, because look at here. Wait a minute. Okay, so you see where our heel is here. Well, here's where it's supposed to be, right here. And you see how much less there is right here? So as that heel is trimmed out and as the back of this foot is pulled down, it wants to stand back up. And so it is pulling this whole section here. It is pulling it that way and up. And so that's why you got that crack there. Now, not only that, but then this toe is not too long, like not even by any stretch. But because it's put on a different angle and because this part of the foot has shortened up from here, where it should be, to here, oh, now the toe looks long. See, it's all, there's so much illusion as to what is really, really going on with the feet. And of course, she's trying to make that 30-degree hairline there, that, you know, that barefoot they're telling us we all need to have. Anyway, so that's an example. So okay, so and then of course the toe will actually kind of shoot out too. If you don't know how to just at least maintain it back. And so what'll happen too is if you're doing that trim where you measure, you know, from the apex of the frog and then take half here, if it winds up being too long, even if it's not too long, you'll shorten up the toe where it doesn't need to be. So anyway, that's just an example. Okay, so let's see here. So I guess we can't do, oh wait, there's some other people here. Elena? Is she back?
I think she's back.
Are you back? Hello?
Elena?
Elena? Hello?
Oh, I'm here. Yeah, yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm back.
Okay. I was having a stress. I was going through major stress, thinking I was, oh my God, I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Elena, not Elena.
It doesn't matter. You know one.
Well, see, but I go through extreme stress over stuff like that.
All right, like breathe. Don't worry.
Okay.
Sorry, I just because I just ran outside and I didn't hear. I just heard my name and I ran back. But
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, so where do I need to go to look at pictures?
All right. I have to send them to you. And I
Okay.
didn't realize we're actually going to have time now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But
Yeah,
I will send to you very, very quickly. They're not perfect, but kind of it's possible to see
That's okay. I'm sure they'll be fine.
what's going on.
I tell you, I'm just getting so I can see stuff on the most imperfect of pictures anymore, just because it's you know, it's so common.
Yeah.
Even blurry and, you know, from a distance. And here's something you can do too that I've found is interesting is looking at your photos at different sizes. You will see different things. It really is good.
Yeah, because if I take pictures to house, they look different when you take pictures from a bit of a distance, I would say.
I don't know why. Let's see.
Okay, so I just go grab a pencil. or something.
Says, see, they're messing with this on this messenger. Now I have a deal. It says, Errol,
Okay.
let's see, we'll go there. And see, it says, message sent before this device was added to conversation. The message cannot be delivered. Like, what the heck is that about? You know,
I have no idea.
see, like this couldn't load all end-to-end encrypted chats. Why the heck are they even encrypted anymore? See, you know, that's Facebook pulling their shenanigans.
But have you, because I see that it has been delivered to you, the pictures.
Oh, really? And see, on my end, it says this message could not be delivered.
Okay, I will send it again.
And has anybody else had to do this where you have to type in a
No, now
code?
they're coming. Now they're coming in.
Oh, there they're coming in.
This is the right front foot.
Okay.
And I have, like, I see on the screen that you also have pictures from the stallion. The thing is, it's always right front, and the pattern is exactly the same. The lateral side, the lateral heel is getting upright, and the medial heel is going forward.
Okay.
And I have no idea what to do with that.
So
And
it's
the-
like the opposite of what we usually have, where it's the lateral heel.
And the thing is, it's all like, it's practically on, like it's on two of my horses.
Okay.
And I think it's not on the third one simply because I don't trim him often enough. And
Okay.
so, and I'm really worried because I don't know, like, I understand that probably my understanding is that the medial heel is, maybe I trimmed it out more, and it just pulled everything forward. And
that could happen.
and
Now-
that is rotating, and there is no white line connection. But at the same time, the more upright, the lateral heel is trying to stay put
Mhm.
and curling. You know, it's like spooling. That's what I see.
Okay. I think you could find a white line connection if you actually rasp your foot down.
Well, you
You know.
can find it on the left side of the picture, on the lateral one.
Oh, but not on this side.
Not on this side. It's like really deep. I mean, if you go, I cleaned it. I think there is a picture.
Mhm.
I just did it like this afternoon quickly. If you go through the pictures, you will see the trimmed sole view. No?
Oh, here, I need to like back out.
Do you, or maybe I didn't send it. Wait a second.
I don't think you sent it.
Maybe I missed that one. Okay. Yeah, I'm sending it now. Oh, I'm so grateful because, you know, like you're doing it and you're experimenting, but you are not sure.
Yeah.
And then you end up maybe in completely wrong direction. And then you worry that you apply the same thing to many horses, and then you just freeze.
Yeah. I can understand. Okay. Some things here I see is that you need to clean up the sole more and find the live sole plane, because you're still at exfoliatable sole from what I see.
Okay. I'm just thinking she will get sensitive.
She will what?
I'm just worried that she will get more sensitive, maybe.
Is she sensitive now?
No.
Well, then if you happen to get down to live soul plane and she's sensitive, she only be sensitive for a day or two. Okay, it's not going to kill her, but you need to learn how to get down to live soul plane here, because what's happening is because you don't quite know how to do that. Okay, you are leaving this side high. Or I think it's more not that you're trimming it out, maybe that you're leaving it high. And
But
so-
the thing is that the sole there is like lower because it's stretched out.
well, and so if you leave it, see, it can happen two ways. Maybe you're trimming it out more, and so the heel has run forward and out, or maybe you were leaving a little high and everything just got to pulling it that way. See, it can happen either way. You could lower it and because you could lower it and it could make heel like what it did with Megan's horse. Okay, but you can also sometimes, if you leave it high in one area or another, then wherever you left it high, it's going to gradually start pulling the whole side of the foot in that direction. See, so we have to learn how to take everything down and define it, you know.
You
And get,
see, the sole on the left side, on more steep, it's really condensed.
Mhm.
And on the right side, it's always low because it's like an empty
yeah,
connection.
Yeah,
so
'cause it's-
it appears it's lower there, and I
Mhm.
always take more sole, try to even on the left side, on the
on the
lateral
left over
side.
here. Okay, well, gradually what's happened is I do believe
Hello.
this side has gotten higher, and then it's pulled, the leverage has caused it to pull out.
Sorry.
Like I noticed the toe, that there was a lot of extra hoof wall there, which I'll show you in a minute. And so it's pulled this out. So it made this side seem thinner. And
It's
it
very-
is thinner and lower because it pulled it out. See? Because the foot has to be, the wall has to be very snug up against the foot to retain the sole underneath it. Like if this all was pushed back in where it's supposed to be, like you can even see this heel pushed out this way.
It was
Okay.
even worse. It was
Yeah.
it was even worse. But the thing is, you know, when I am rasping the right side, the more forward side, the wall, it's so thin there, and
Yeah.
then on the lateral side, the wall is really thick. So I can't. That's the problem. How to balance it, because the wall on the
Well,
left side is
see-
very thick.
Yeah.
The wall on the right side is very thin, but you actually need to rasp the thin wall more to bring it towards the white line. That's my understanding,
Uh-huh.
right? But you don't have that much material to deal with on that side.
Take that.
Or I'm not thinking in the right direction.
Well, see, the thing is, why is the sole thin there?
Because it's more run forward. And
Yeah.
the tubules, the sole tubules are not properly on the proper angle. The angles
Right.
are wrong.
Right, because the wall is flared out here, is pulled out, bulged out, and it's pulled the sole with it. You
But
know,
if you look at the lateral side, or if you look at the front side, you will see that the right side, the hairline is higher on the more forward side.
Mhm.
On the right side here. Let's talk right and left for the ease of it, right?
Okay, so
So you see
so
how
this is your medial side.
this is the medial
Okay.
side, which is
Okay,
more
so
run forward.
let's look at, here's what I want to look at. I want to look at the growth rings
Yes.
and stuff. So, but let's look at the foot again. Okay, I want to look at the growth rings here. And so there's two things going on. because that's all thinned out and it kind of started going wonky, well, then you got afraid to trim it back, okay, which made it worse. All right, because in order to correct these feet, you have to take things that are not, you would not think are ideal, and or it's not going to be able to come back. See, if you do not bevel that over to the white line and get the leverage off that side of the foot, especially on that pillar, that toe quarter, then gradually it's just going to get worse and worse. That pillar is going to just pull the heel forward. Everything's going to get pulled forward from the pillar, from the
But
toe.
how can I make it lower? Then it
Well,
will be lower than the other side.
Not make it lower, not make it lower. What you want to do is now look at the growth ring here on this side. See how symmetrical they are?
Yes.
You know, let's see, let me do a little annotation here. Okay, so here's your coronary band, and it has great cartilage.
Well, she had even greater cartilage.
Okay, okay, so look at these growth rings. Let's see, let's find one down here. Okay, see how symmetrical they are? You know, the distance. Okay, and then you got what I call your moon sickle, which is around your toe here. See?
Mhm.
This shape in the toe. Okay, so remember that, because I'm going to blank it out here. Okay, now let's look at, go back, hold on. Okay, now let's look at this side. Let's look at the growth rings here. Okay, let me get an annotate.
They're not so visible, but
Oh,
enough.
I can see them though.
Yeah, they're enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, this is raised up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Now they look. Okay. But here it goes up like this. Okay. And it's not supposed to do that, because gradually what's happened is this piece of wall here, here's the horn tubule going down like that. Okay, this piece of wall has gradually been left high. And so little bit by little bit, it's jammed up this way. Little bit by little bit, then it's flared out this way. And this piece here, right here, is pulling this whole wall forward, is keeping it distorted, and is slowly distorting this whole side of the foot. And so this area here too probably isn't, I don't know, I have to look at the bottom to see if there's a white line separation here or what's going on, but this piece of wall here, now hold on, let's clear that and let's look at that front view. Oh, come on. Oh. Okay. Now, look here. Just a minute here. Okay, so look here at your horizontal growth ring. Okay. But then look how they go wonky.
Exceptionally.
Something like that. Maybe not quite like that, but they go up like this. See them?
Yes.
And then, wow, way up here. And then, so you got this big clump here of toe. And again, what is it? It's this thing right here.
Yeah.
Is what is deforming your whole foot. And this can happen real easy. You just don't notice it, you know, because, you know, the hairline is supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
Or- Okay, so you see how much, stupid thing. You see how much this is raised up, jammed up. See, what happened was just little by little by little, for something about your body mechanics and eyes and all that, you tend to leave this area just a little high. And then, you know, a little high, the foot will try and, you know, compensate for it. It might just kind of compress a couple of these growth rings together, like down in here. Maybe this will kind of start to get like that. But eventually a little high is going to push all the way up into here to where then you're going to have this raised hairline, wall jamming.
Mhm.
And then when it can't push any more up this way, well, then it starts to push out that way. See, and that's what that's doing. It's pushing out that way. It's pushing out forward. And it pulls the whole side of that foot, the heel and everything with it. So your heels could be the same size, okay? Same length, everything. You know, you're mapping them, whatever. But because this gradually got away from you without you realizing it,
Yeah.
okay, then it distorted and pulled the whole side of that foot out of whack. Okay, so what you need to do is
Yeah.
you need to bevel this. Well, clear from, I mean, it starts in here. You know, you need to learn to, first of all, bevel more of your wall away, but especially here, just to start, you know, take pictures and pay attention to what's happening to this hairline here and to the growth rings. See, because this has happened to me too.
But
And-
in terms of the heels, what shall I do? I mean, I will start regularly, then go checking and beveling that part. But in terms of the heels, do I need to keep, will it help me to keep or how I should go about it at the back of the foot?
Well, I think, let me look at the side view.
Or shall I keep them level?
I would just keep them. Well, let me look here. You know, because you see how that's pulled out. This is pulled forward. It's just pulled this here, in my opinion, this here is the cause of this back here.
Yeah.
Just, you know, and it makes sense that this, and look, you can look at the wall. See how wide it is there?
Well, it's not, yeah, it's not, the wall is not wide, it's just pulled and there is an empty
Stretched.
space.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It's very
Yeah.
difficult to bevel it because it's thin.
Yeah. So what you're going to have to do is just bevel it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, bevel to the white line. Like, what I would suggest, first of all, find your true apex here. Make sure you're starting to get that.
But can you change the picture to the trimmed one?
Oh, maybe you did already. Okay.
Yeah, so maybe you will see some mistakes or something I should
Okay.
pay attention
Okay.
there.
Okay.
No,
Let's see.
this is not the picture, this one.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So let me get it annotate here. Okay, so your true apex is probably here. This is all stretched forward because the true apex is round. So you need to come in here and clean this up. All this in here. And this side, you need to shape out your foot more, get rid of anything that's exfoliatable on this sole. And then you need to first of all, your toe. Okay, you need to bevel it back to the white line. right here, every single time. Bevel back to the white line and then blend in these pillars by beveling them way over. Now, normally, like this wall here, you just blend it in and get rid of all these hard outer horn tubules here. Probably about to here.
Everything.
Yeah, just
Wow.
and because you're, let me show you a picture of my, see, because it's not as severe as what you're thinking. Okay, when you're looking at them like this, and so you've always got to bring this toe back to the white line, and then you've got to blend in over here. Okay, and over here, because of the separation you've got and the way it's jammed up, it would not hurt to bevel clear over to here.
But the thing is, then I will not have medial-lateral balance because the
Well, you
left
don't-
side.
But you
It's
don't have
higher.
it anyway.
Okay.
You don't have it anyway.
So you just suggest go ahead and then the left side will be higher than the right side.
Yeah, but then this wall will start sucking back in and push the sole in so that it'll all come back over like this. See, right now, because it's been left high, just a little tad at a time. Well, now
Well, because
now
I
you
was
have to take it lower.
yeah, but I was
every
trying
time.
to keep it level with the other side, with the
Well,
lateral.
I know that, but see,
Uh-huh.
then there was an imbalance being created and it was becoming imbalanced, but you just didn't see it. You didn't see how it was becoming imbalanced. I mean, I understand what you're saying there,
Yeah.
but then
I just don't,
the
I don't
way
want
that,
her to go lame.
well, I don't think she's going to go lame doing
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Are you riding her?
No, no, no.
So if she's off for a day or two, I'm not talking about lame. Okay. But like say she's off for a day or two till this wall sucks back in.
Okay.
Okay. That's not going to hurt her. It's going to help her because this wall will suck back in that way. It will also, the jamming will come out of it. See, you have to, when you're doing corrective trimming, see, just like you accidentally left a little high, a little long every time you trimmed it, thinking you were doing the right thing, when in reality, what was happening was it was distorting. The whole side of the foot was distorting. And so you were actually leaving it a little longer than it should have been. And it was distorting the capsule. Well, now you have to take off more than you would if it was truly a balanced, correct foot. Because now you have to excise all that extra capsule wall out of there, so that the capsule wall can come back together and retain the sole under the foot where it's supposed to. See, and that means, this heel can come back in too. Because look at the way it's pulling the bar over there.
Yeah.
And it's pulling the frog over there too. See that?
Yeah.
Right there. But this is just from this part getting gradually higher and you didn't realize it.
Well, I'm really excited because I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Okay, I understand,
Whatever.
but I'll tell you what, this horse has good feet. She's got a lot of foot. Okay.
Well, she
And-
has great feet. I mean, she lived all her life outside and really.
Yeah. And so send me pictures tomorrow and stuff.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I will do this. I think I will just wait with the stallion, like we saw the batch. Maybe if you just show that collage I sent you before, that his feet are exactly the same, with the same distortion as hers.
Okay.
And it's very interesting because on the right front, the lateral one is more upright, but on the left side, the medial is more upright, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
lateral is getting out of.
Yeah. Well,
So
and
it's like almost windswept kind of.
Yeah.
So
well,
it must be connected with the way I position myself or something. In I don't know.
you see this right here? Where he broke out?
No, I did it.
You broke that out?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought he
Because I
did it.
thought it will help her to move the tubules
Yeah,
back.
and it will, you know, but you just need to break it out all the way up to here.
Okay.
Okay. Well, first you got to bring the whole toe back and then blend all this in, but you're going to take more off here than you do over here. You're just going to go back to the water line where it's white. Now let
Yeah.
me show you my horse's foot. Oh, darn. What did I do with that? A second. Because you'll see it, when I say bevel over, you'll see it's not all that severe. Let's see here. Oh, I gotta turn this thing on. Okay, just a second here. Okay, new share. Okay, so here's foot untrimmed. Here's where his true apex really is. This point here, that's just overgrown frog. So I've checked it from the side too. And so this is about, you know, now you got to remember that everything when you're doing in these mapping is general guideline. Okay. There can't be a hard and fast rule. Like, okay, so I would have to start trimming this down, and I would trim it down until I found where the sole and the wall merged and it was rounded, you know, but I wouldn't just go, oh, there's my line. You know what I mean? This is giving me a general idea. Okay, so here's the thing. This was a weird trim because see, his whole foot had shifted. And I've had this happen to me a number of times where the whole foot shifted because see, this whole frog is moving back and these bulbs are coming unbound and these heels are coming uncurled. And of course, this is on his foot that got hurt. And so his foot was going through this really interesting change, and it was telling me that, because I checked it from the side too, that the true apex had now moved to about there. And so that would mean, look, if my true apex was here, okay, and 1.5 inches to the white line, see, that's the old, this is actually not even overgrown apex. This is displaced apex from when all this foot is wrapped up here pushing the frog forward. But because this foot's coming unbound, it, you know, it pulls that frog corium back. So then it establishes a new place for the apex. But it's not like I just go in there and go, oh, just cut, slice and dice. I have to use common sense. I have to look at the foot. I have to feel it. I have to, when I'm trimming this out, I have to determine, you know, now this time, yeah, my frog apex really did move back, but I did not feel comfortable in moving my toe clear back to there. You understand?
Mhm.
So, you know, and this was all just because the internal foot is shifting and moving. So, okay, so I'm just going to kind of show you the process I went through. So if my apex was here, my toe would be there, but see where I put that line white on the white line? Because every time I will bevel my toe to there so that there is no leverage. It's just kind of, I don't like to use the term roll. Okay, but it's just so that he can roll over. There we go. He can, it rolls over with no catch
Mhm.
and stuff. But if my apex is here, then my toe would be here. So you see, I'm a little leery of that. But this is what the mapping is telling me. But that doesn't mean just because the mapping's telling me that, I'm going to follow it blindly. Because that is not what this mapping is for. It is to be combined with common sense, which, by the way, did you know that horse sense, common sense, comes from the term horse sense? Because back when everybody used to use horses for everything, you better have some. You know what I mean? Or you wind up dead or maimed. Okay, so all right, so let's just move on here. Let's see here. Okay, so anyway, so I mapped the bottom of the foot, and you see over here I got my line that I made when I checked for the apex, which might be back this way. Let's see. This is all the mapping. Let me see if I checked for. These are good pictures. I need to post these. Okay. Okay. It's not loading. Anyway, you can kind of see here my line. See, for when I want to check, and again, what is that? It's general. It's a general guideline. That's all. Okay, so my line right here, going, if I went straight down right there, and then from the bottom, if I drew a line across the top, that would be about where the apex should be. It's just one way to check it. But here's the bad thing about this. It's hard to sit over here and sight down, straight down through the coronary band, straight down right there from the side. So you know, you might get a little way this way or a little that way. So I'll do it several times. Sometimes I might have a couple of lines here because, again, what is it? General guideline. Because I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen horses where the apex of the frog was stretched almost to the toe, you know, overgrown and stretched almost to the toe. So all this is again, a general thing to give you a general idea combined with other stuff. What other stuff? Okay, so let me move this. Yeah. Okay, you can't save that. Well, good for you. Okay. All right, so okay, so let me go back here. Okay, so this was where that line showed me the apex of the frog was. Now, when I looked at the foot, I knew something was up anyway, because the frog was so elongated and the tip of it looked real funny. And so since I've had that before, had the whole frog move back, I was suspicious. Okay, so anyway, so I just went ahead and mapped the whole foot out. And so, again, this is telling me this is where the new apex is supposed to be. But again, I'm just not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to kind of feel things out. And so, did the bars, did the frog, and I'm measuring that with my ruler to make sure So you see at the old position of the apex of the frog that it's just right. But see, the back of my foot has unbound. And as I said, it pulls the frog back too. All right, so I did both just to see, so we'll see what happened there. Okay, so now I went ahead and drew my center line, which you do from, look here, this here over the toe, your line that you drew across the center of the frog so that you can see it there. And that's your center line. And so then I measured 2 inches over, draw a line following the horn tubule. And see, and even the toe looks weird. It looks like the whole foot has like moved back. See, and I was so unsure about that frog apex that I wanted to check it from the other side too. But again, this is just general. See, you can't see it here, but actually this comes straight over here and down. And so, you could get your line a little far this or a little far that. So, it's just an aid. All right, so then I'm looking at my growth rings to see what's going on there. Okay, see the symmetry of that? See, now on your horse, this growth ring goes clear up like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that means that gradually over time, now see, this side of my horse's foot did just what yours is doing. And that's what created over time this crack long time ago. But that was when I was trimming the heel out too. Okay, so again, I want to look at this up here. I don't want this, it shouldn't be straight across and it shouldn't be risen up like that either. And then I want to look at the symmetry of the growth rings, and that in the bottom of the toe, you're going to have that moon sickle, as I call it. See, that moon sickle shape. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like from the side there. Okay, so then I start trimming it. Now you see how I have come down and I have rasped the wall flat and I barely hit the sole right here. You see that? Okay, so you have a 1 inch sole ridge. Well, I'd say a half an inch to 3/4 of an inch of sole ridge here.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
No, I can hear you now. My internet went off.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I just rasped this down till I barely hit the sole. You see that? I hit it just a little bit more here and there, but you see how I just barely hit the sole right there. Okay, so I want to rasp this down, except, oh God, it's so hard to explain this because if your foot is really bent, you are not going to get a clean white line here in the quarters because your foot's bent. You're going to have stretched white line, things like that. The object is to eventually grow the foot back to where everything's connected right so that you could actually rasp the whole bottom of this foot level, flat, and that you would have a clean white line all the way around. That's the ultimate goal after the foot becomes unbound. And setting correctly inside the capsule is not bent in the center in any way. Like if you see my frog is very flat. Okay, it's not bent up right there like what we saw in the last session in those foundered horses. So let's see, clear all drawing. All right, so I just barely started and went down till I kind of hit the sole is what I did there. Now My horse has a tight foot, and so the walls are tightly adhered and not real flared out. Like this was the worst one, and it's starting to come back. It's come back in a lot. It used to be way wide like this. Okay. And so it has come back in. And so if you've got real wide walls, first of all, if they're flared, it's hard to do this. You have to do more of a bevel. But like Alan, in your horse's foot, you can definitely rasp down
Mhm.
till you hit the sole. And then at
But that's the thing, you know, the only thing that I'm kind of need to come to terms with. So if this foot would be like my horse, the right side, and I would go and rasp it to the white line, the right side will be lower than the left.
Yeah. So what you're
So
going
it
to want
kind
to
of
do,
contradicts in my mind somehow,
Yeah,
but I
so-
need to do it anyway.
so what you're going to have to do is bevel the wall over there to give it room to move and pull back in. See, because it's stretched out over here. See, well, it's kind of the same with this. Okay. This side is wider and more bulged out, pulling the sole with it. Okay. Than this side. So you see how I can get more of a clean white line and more of a sole ridge on this side
Mhm.
with the same amount of rasping.
Yeah.
See, so I've got the same problem here with this foot. Okay, so
But
what
would
I
you
did
then,
here,
would you try to level the left and right, or would you just leave the left side higher and the right side lower?
well, usually what we've been doing is taking a little bit more of this side here,
Okay.
just to help the foot be
Try to
leveler
level. So you
Yeah.
will try to level by taking off a little bit more on the other side.
on
also.
the other side. Yeah, because it kind of needs to loosen up anyway.
But
because-
anyway, what we're trying to say here, that you need to aim at rasping to the white line on the both sides, and until you get some lengths of the wall will grow and everything will grow, you kind of have to always balance a little bit here, like
Yeah.
maybe there will be a little medial lateral disbalance, but you need to aim at getting rid of that empty space, basically,
Yeah, because what you're doing is you're trying to, and
to stop the leverage.
yeah, you're trying to stop the leverage. And sometimes it's because the heel was trimmed out and it's forward. Sometimes it's because the pillar got high and long over there, but either way, you can see how asymmetrical this side of my foot got. So now
Yeah.
working to get it back over and see the difference
This
in
is
the
very-
distance here.
Very helpful.
Well, good. And it all helps me too, because trying to figure out how to correct this, see. So it's a little bit of everything, and nothing is going to be perfect, like, because the foot ain't perfect. So you're having to compensate and do this and that to get stuff to move, So anyway, so I trimmed him down. Okay. So now, okay, you see now he might be a little jammed there, but not too bad. You see how my wall goes down like that, and it still goes down like that. Now this side, again, it's flared out. You see that? It's flared out. And he's had that crack forever, but you know what? That crack is starting to stay closed now and stuff. But see, it's not that bad. I'm trying to correct this side of the foot for sure. But again, I want you to notice the growth rings. See? And stuff, they don't go up like this. See? Okay, so I went ahead and I just went down and found the white line on this side. Anyway, and but here's your sole ridge. Okay? We'll see how it turned out here. Oh, well, fine. You don't want to change. That's fine with me. So I kept taking pictures and looking at them because I was trying to decide if I could do some more symmetry and take a little bit of this off and stuff like that. Now, this is interesting what happened here, because look at how that deviates. Now, I decided to really take this side down some more to where I actually got the white line got a little yellower. The deeper you get into the white line, the yellower it gets. And of course, I've had this crack here for a long time, and I have noticed now this I did this before he hurt his foot, okay, but I noticed that for the first time that crack is staying shut. See? But that's interesting how you see that deviate there. You know, I'm no different than you. I'm leery of doing stuff too, just so you know.
But it
Okay.
helps, you know, when you're looking for the rational way, like to see the facts. It really helps in a group or with somebody to talk through things.
Oh,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah.
It just has tremendous help.
Yeah. Well, see, it helps me too, you know, because
I-
don't think that I'm just, you know, out there, you know, because I'm not, you know, I'm
I just
tentative.
wanted to show you, I sent you 2 pictures from 2002
Okay.
of that foot, how it looked, but it's
Okay.
really unkempt.
Okay. Let me
So-
go finish going through these and then we'll go right
Yeah,
to
yeah,
that.
yeah. So
Okay.
it's just, you know, I think it's interesting for you to see.
Okay. Yeah. I want to see. Okay. So when I did this trim, I was trying to decide just how much I could take off and wear, you know, and so I just did a little more here and there, to where I finally kind of got to there. And that, well, I really did take that toe down, and boy, it sure changed the foot. But see, this foot, it was still somewhat bound, and these heels still needed to come back. Let's see where I wound up. Okay, so that's where I wound up when I took that foot down. Now, this is when you take a foot down, you're also taking it back. You know, now part of the reason I decided to take off more than like sometimes I usually would is because I knew that in taking it down, I was also taking the toe back. And so I just wanted to see, you know, I kept feeling this for hardness and stuff like that to feel how much sole you got. You know, if you're taking your foot down, I'm not telling you to rasp your foot down to where you see that much sole ridge, but I'm telling you that that is what was there. And his foot was still at like almost 3.5 inches. So meaning from the dorsal wall to the hairline. So ultimately what we want is we do want, look at this, from the outer wall, look how thick his walls is, to the inside of that sole ridge. Look at that. What is that? You know what that is? That's your natural horseshoe right there.
Yep.
And so when that wall grows out, it pulls that sole with it and the foot only looks concave. But these horses that wear their feet at the right pace, they will have a sole ridge like this next to the wall, and they have their own shoe. Okay, so I kind of wound up with that, which I thought was interesting. You know, it really raised the back of the foot up, because you can see here, I still have a little curl. See there? Not supposed to have any of that. you know, don't have much, but I still got a little curl. So that's a foot with no bevel on it. And there I just put the bevel on it a little bit. I mean, it kind of makes it look strange back here, but these heels are not done yet. But look how much, you know, see, I did a deal a while back, a couple years ago, where I thought, is his dorsal wall a lot steeper probably than what I have ever thought? And I have been thinking that on these front feet, especially, these dorsal walls are steeper even than the back feet. You know, it wouldn't that figure that it would be the opposite of what they say in farriery, that they say that the back feet are steeper than the front. But what if the front feet are actually steeper than the back feet? And that is why they
actually, because we have this really special horses that are Aboriginal breed.
Mhm.
And I would say their front feet are as steep as the hind. I can take pictures,
Okay.
of the good
Yeah.
food, of like not spoiled food.
Yeah.
And they actually, you don't see much difference in
Yeah.
angles.
Yeah. So this was my last trim before he tore the whole cartilage off his foot. What a disappointment. You know, I've been working on this foot, you know, forever. But okay, so now here's where I was coming to show you. Now, okay, see how I took that I haven't taken him back to this other line, but look where the white line is. You can see it, it's yellow. See there?
Yeah,
But see how much I beveled
you
that
did
foot?
a lot. Yeah.
Okay, but now I want you to look at it from here. That's not much, is it?
No, doesn't look that extreme.
Not,
From-
yeah, not at
So
all. I mean, when you look at it from the bottom, you're going, oh my God, you know.
yes, yes.
But when you see it from here, it's really nothing much. And see how I have the hardest torn tubules down. I mean, he's really got a lot of good hard hoof wall supporting that sole underneath, you
Mhm.
know. So, and of course, everything's blurry now. Okay, and I think this was when was this? I can't remember if this when he cut his foot. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I have the same problem with this rear foot here, just so you know.
Mhm.
And so it's been through a lot of things, but you know, so people, my horse's feet, I trimmed his heels out from 2005 to 2014. And then just trying to fix and get these things back. See, we can know what the true foot of the horse is, but then taking a horse that has been wrongly trimmed for years and trying to get them there to their best place. I mean, you should see this horse, the traction he has in the mud. It's like amazing. Just the way he feels, the way he runs, the way he moves. And it used to be not like that when I was doing barefoot trimming.
So good to hear.
You know, yeah. This horse, when he was a colt, he loved to run. And then and he was even pretty good when a farrier was doing him. And then when I took over after about a year, I noticed he just gradually quit loving to run. You know, and I thought, what's up with that? See, because I'm doing this natural trim. He should be getting better. He should have feet like a wild horse, you know, but it just wasn't working out that way. And unfortunately, it's not working out that way for a lot of horses because the research was wrong. And they have us trimming the heels out of these horses. So anyway, so I'm in the same boat y'all are, in many, many ways. You know, I started doing with the same stuff. I had no idea what I was doing, but I was just trying to save my horse from the farrier. Well, then I had to save him from me and what I learned through barefoot trimming. And, you know, just turned into a deal to find out, oh my God, the whole hoof care industry has been deceived for 250 years. Isn't that special? So, you know, we're just trying to help our horses, save our horses. And hopefully someday, as we learn these things, we hash over these things, we see all the different patterns, it'll spread, you know.
Yeah, because
Is,
you know, now we went like we're going through it, and then I'm going to write about it, and then people will see it, so they will not do it to their horse.
yeah,
And they will pay
exactly.
attention, you know, to these little things. So it will be easier in a sense for people after, you know, ours.
Yeah, exactly.
So they will have access to some guidelines with respect to that. Well, thank you, Linda.
Well,
And
you're welcome.
if you want, you can have a look at the couple of pictures I sent you. They're
Okay.
quite, because
Okay.
they are very different now, the hoofs.
Okay, we will go there. Oh my, yeah. Let's see here. New share. Okay. Yeah. So this was August of 22.
New share, Linda.
Oh, didn't I?
Nope.
How's that? Did it change?
No, I'm still
No.
seeing the wrapped hoof.
You're what?
Still seeing the one with the plastic wrap on it.
Oh, what the heck is going on? Well,
So at least I have only 2 years of making a mistake, you know?
yeah, there you go. Did it change that time?
Nope.
Well, I wonder why it's not sharing. Well, here, what I'll do. I'll make it quit sharing completely. Okay. And then try it again. How about that?
Black. Yeah, we have it.
Got it now?
Better.
Okay. Okay. So, oh yeah, you've come a long way.
So I don't know whether I made it better or worse.
Oh, you're making it better. It's better. Yeah, it's better. Now, is this the foot we were just looking at?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, heck, you're better.
Oh, good.
You're better. I mean, was she even being trimmed here, or was this just her natural foot?
No, she just arrived from Russia, actually,
Well,
at that time. And I don't think she has been like trimmed. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. So she just, you know, she just wound up wearing her own foot this way.
She just got by somehow and she was fine.
Yeah. Yeah. So she just wore her own foot that way. You know, so
But it's just, hello? Oh, I don't have my internet.
I mean, we can trim them into this.
Oh, sorry,
But
just
they
my
can-
internet went out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
So I think it went out again. Okay.
Are you there?
Yeah, I just joining from, sorry, it's just my internet is going off.
Oh,
I will
okay.
try to join from my phone, hopefully, but hopefully it will not go.
Well, I want to get this while we're doing that, while I'm waiting for you there, I'm going to get this one picture of Megan's horse that I also wanted to share with everybody. Let's see, where is it here? Well, why don't I have more? Well, I had pictures of her horse from when she first started. And let's see here. Now see the horse, even with that, still has one heck of a foot, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it just has really fantastic feet. I mean, look at the huge cartilages. You know, what you know, the issue that you have is minor compared, you know, to so many. I mean, look at those huge cartilages, look at them, you know, that huge heel. So now her inner foot, this is her inner foot, is it wants to be this, it's shaped like this, okay? So if somebody come in there and went, oh, those heels are too high, and wanted to take her clear down to the bulb, you see it just destroy her feet. And that's what's happening to a lot of these horses. Now you see these horses, a lot of these, I don't know what they are, but they have a lot of them over in England and stuff. They're kind of a pony type of horse, but they're big.
Yeah.
Very big boned and stuff like that. They're supposed to have feet like this with big cartilages back here. And you see them all, they just have no cartilage at all. And they've all got EMS, you know,
Mhm.
you know, I know, I just still believe that if a horse's feet hurt all and he's in pain all the time, that stress and that pain is going to give him also metabolic problems, just like
Absolutely. It's 100%. 100%.
you know.
Absolutely.
So anyway, now see, she had some of this anyway, you know. Now the thing you're going to have to understand, baby,
Is that the same horse?
Yes.
is that she might have some remodeling on her coffin bone on the tip on this side.
Could be. And she is
You know?
now 17 years old.
Yeah,
So she's not a young baby girl.
yeah, and stuff. But you can see she kind of you know, like it's like I tell people. Let me save this image here. Okay, just a second. See if it opens up. I suppose you're gonna open in Paint, you booger. Oh, yep, it did. Well, just a second. I want to look at show you something on the front of those feet. A second. Okay. Okay, so that is her right front, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
Mhm.
so you see that when she came to you, she already had a lot of that. See there?
Yeah.
See the growth ring? So it's
Yeah.
not just something you created. Okay? It's something that was a distortion that she herself happened to her because of whatever, you know, whatever kind of ground they were on, whatever kind of terrain, you know, was not conducive to wearing. This is what I tell people. This part of their feet is the part they break over the least on.
Mhm.
Think about it. They roll from side to side and they go forward and backward. But how often do they really break over on this part of the foot? That much. Not as much. You have to turn a certain way to move on that part of the foot. So
Mhm.
it wears the least.
Hmm.
Okay. And so that's part when we, are taking care of their feet, need to take heed to, maybe the most sometimes, in the fact that they don't wear it out themselves.
And so interesting, the farriers, they
Mhm.
actually ignore it.
Yeah.
This is the most ignored part in like the trimming I see everywhere. This is the part that is left the most untrimmed, and then it causes lots of problems. And how they try to solve this is chopping the toe off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that don't work, because then you still got
No,
this
it
long part
doesn't.
there. And,
No, and then it's bending the foot inside, as you
And-
say.
and see, it's real important to learn to rasp down this part of the foot. Okay. Learning how to take this wall down from here up to here, with you take more at the toe and less back here, in kind of a wedge shape, like so. And what do you find it will do is, like, your foot may start out and your white line may be kind of like this, but as you rasp this area down correctly, then it will start to form and take shape with the sole,
Mm-hmm.
like so. And then of course you got your white line in there, or not your white line, so that would be your white line, but then your sole ridge in here, like
Mhm.
so. This is something that I personally have been really working on, how to rasp this area here down correctly, so that and I use like the sole ridge, and I use the shape, taking that rasp, going this way, getting this area down correctly so that it is the shape of the foot. Because just like you said, they ignore, just like the horse wears this area the least, the farrier ignores it the most,
Yes.
and so they both are causing problems for themselves, and stuff.
Mhm.
And so this is something I have really been paying attention to, and that's what I was working on in those photos I was just showing you of my own horse's foot, where I was trying to define that white
That
line,
was-
define the toe.
That was
See?
very useful. Thank you for showing.
And when God, eventually here, I want to get this these dissections going, and just trim down a bunch of feet like that with the rasp, and just really show you kind of what I've been doing to try and start to master that,
Mm-hmm.
because I just really think it's important. So anyway, let's see, we're clear all drawings. All right. Well, and you can see she's done it to all of her feet. So actually, and on this one, she's kind of there and like that. So yeah, see, man, it's not you. It's not. Well, it's not just you. All right. It's a horse's fault too. There you go.
I was able actually to a little bit change that, but then I think, either I didn't trim her often enough, then it went away. If you look at the last picture I sent you, and I'm not sending you more pictures, it got better. But then I think maybe I wasn't trimming her enough or often enough, or didn't pay attention. It kind of again went in the same way.
Yeah. Well, same thing happens to me. And so I always take those frontal views, and if I see this area starting to rise, then I'll come in here and, well, look at this piece of wall here. See this little chunk?
Yep.
See, so this little chunk will never ever let this come down right there. And you can see how this growth line goes right there. And then there's that little chunk there, you know, and probably got
Mhm.
some little chunks over here. And so that was just pretty much natural on her.
Mhm.
And she did it to herself, but we can do it to them, trim them, or let it, you know, not even realize it's happening and stuff. So,
It was very useful, Linda. Thank
well,
you so much.
thank you, and good luck. Let me know how it goes.
Yes, I will. Thank
Okay,
you
so
very much.
just to reiterate, so this wall is it jammed up this way as far as it would go, and then it started flaring out that way. Okay, so the object is to relieve, not necessarily to take it way down or anything, but definitely you want to relieve with the bevel the wall so that this will be prone to want to move down like this, and we'll see if this growth ring will then go like that.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Well, thank you again.
You're welcome. Okay, people. Well, I guess we need to call it a day and stuff.
Yes.
Thank you for coming, and have a great week. Hope you're able to. Is there anybody here that needs to? Is anybody got a question they want to ask about anything or comment they want to make?
Lots of good information again.
Oh, thank you, Marilyn.
Absolutely. I'm very grateful.
Hey, I'm grateful for all you guys. I can learn half of this stuff without you. You know, everybody participating, giving, you know, just us getting together like this and talking about this stuff. It all solidifies and we all help each other. Okay. Hey, Nina, I haven't seen you for a long time. I think that's the same Nina that used to be here, right?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine.
And stuff. Well, I know you haven't been at a hoof chap, or maybe I didn't see her or something, so I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, I came in late today because of work.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I
Well,
just been with you for half an hour so.
well, good. Well, I just want to say hi. How
Yeah.
you doing? How's your trimming coming along?
It's going quite good.
Okay. Okay, good deal. Glad to hear. No news is good news.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, well, everybody have a great week. And we'll be talking at you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye bye.